am sharing the NCAA. They put out a statement, and they also have they have more detailed policy. But in this statement, they basically say um, our approach, which requires testosterone suppression treatment for transgender women to compete in women's sports, embraces the evolving science on this issue and is anchored in participation policies of both the International Olympic Committee and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. So basically, the policy is that you have to be on testosterone suppressing drugs, testosterone suppressing hormone supplements for I think a year. I'm opening up the more detailed policy, but they have a set amount of time, and basically after that time, you don't really have any competitive advantage. You've lost that extra muscle mass and bone density and the things that come along with having that level of testosterone in your blood. And that's, if that weren't the case, if the science didn't support that, the evidence would be pretty clear. Transgender women would dominate women's sports in the NCAA and the Olympics, but we don't. So I think it's pretty clear that this is a science-based policy and that it is fair, at least as fair as sports can be. Of course, I could go on a whole rant about how the higher level you get in sports, the less fair it is and the more based on genetic advantages it is, because there's only so many hours in the day that people can train, and once you select out of so many people who spend the maximum amount of time training, you're just going to select for the people with some genetic advantages, and that's all professional sports really is. But that could be a whole separate webinar. Oh, here we go. I think I found the relevant portion in the NCAA's more detailed policy. So this is from the NCAA's Transgender Handbook, which was published in 2011. It's on page 8 at the top of the page. It says, it is also important to know that any strength and endurance advantages a transgender woman arguably may have as a result of her prior testosterone levels dissipate after about 1 year of estrogen or testosterone suppression therapy. According to medical experts on this issue, the assumption that a transgender woman competing on a women's team would have a competitive advantage outside the range of performance and competitive advantage or disadvantage that already exists among female athletes is not supported by evidence. So there you have it from the definitive organization governing collegiate sports in the United States, that according to medical experts, once you've been on testosterone suppressing hormone therapy for a year, you have no competitive advantage.
Thank you, Jackie. Yep, it's science. It's undeniable. And when it comes to kids, it's really tragic what's happening to kids, because there's no advantage prior to puberty for a transgender girl. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. So, not that there would be any advantage anyway at any point necessarily. So, but it's really just unbelievable and tragic that this is being done to kids who just want to play sports and want to belong and want to, be doing activities with their friends. And it's incredibly important for transgender youth to be social and be part of communities and part of teams, and to take that away from them, in addition to they're having to, transition and face transphobia, is just heartbreaking. So, and I think you can see that we're very passionate about this topic, and we'll certainly be talking about it more. So please, please, please be on the lookout for our upcoming events. Please, if you can, check out our Patreon, and please check out all our social media, our podcast. You can find our podcast on all the major podcast apps. Please share it. Check out our Patreon. We've got lots. I think we got like 10 videos on there already, and we upload a new video every single week, or a new item of content. We're going to be writing articles there and sharing all kinds of great content there. Thanks everybody.
Everyone.
Have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye everybody.